Hi, everybody. Let's create our first action. I've already created a document that's 7 by 5 inches at 300 pixels per inch, and I've created a layer with a little rectangular shape on it, and I've set the opacity to 50% on that layer. I've got my Actions panel open, which you can find under Windows Actions. And I'm going to create my first folder of actions. I'll call it demo action. Oops, action folder. And I will create my first action. And I'm just going to call it demo 1, rotate, scale, transform, because that's what I'm going to do. And I hit record. It automatically starts recording as soon as I create that action. So everything I do now will be added to that action. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer. I can right click on the layer, go to duplicate, shape copy, and I'm going to go up to the edit menu and go to free transform, or I can hit Command T. And let's go ahead, let's rotate it. And I can punch in the number here. I'm going to do -10. And let's scale it. I'm going to hold down the Option key so that it scales proportionally from the center. And I'll set this to 90. And I am going to move my shape just a little bit off center. And I'm going to hit return. And that's all I want to do for this first action. But the power of this action is through repetition. And so now if I come up to my action and I hit play again, you can see it duplicates that layer, rotates, scales it, and transforms it again. And this creates a nice little sequence of shapes. Okay, so now you see the kind of power of creating an action like this. And I can just go ahead and merge those if I want to, turn them into one big shape. Right? All right, but let me undo that a little bit. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete most of these shapes and return to this one box, because I'm going to add one more step to my action. So I'm going to go ahead and play this again, but now I'm going to hit record, and this time I'm going to go ahead and adjust the hue of this shape just a little bit each time so that it will shift the hue by 20 degrees each time we play the action. And again, I can hit stop, record, and again, I can see the power of repetition through those actions. Okay, let's add one more, or a couple more variations on this. I'm going to delete those layers again just to show you. Let's go ahead and make a new action, and I'll call it number 2, and I'll call it my repeater. And this action is simply going to record me playing the other action repeatedly. So let's do that. And it actually works better if you just close the little window on each action. And I will play all of those steps. And if I look, you can see it saying play action. And maybe at the end, I'll select all of these and I will merge them together. And maybe I'll rename this shape merged. And so you could see when I stop the action here, you can see it plays that first action a bunch of times, and then it selects that shape layer it selects all the layers, and then it merges them, and then it changes the name of that layer, which is what I did previously. So if I go back in my history now, I'm just going to return to kind of my original state. Maybe I should take a snapshot of this so that it's easier next time to go back. And I'm going to click on this second action I made. Maybe I'll rename that to be consistent with my naming conventions. And I'm going to hit play again. And you can see it now automatically plays that first action a bunch of times and creates this nice shape. Okay. And I think that's good enough for now. So I hope you enjoy it and tune in next video.